What's up, everyone? What's happening? 18. Now, interesting thing with this video. I actually got an email yesterday while I was at work, and someone asked me as to the reason why I actually stopped playing H1Z1. And to be quite honest, I never gave you guys a full reason as to why I stopped playing it. I know some people actually had subscribed at the point of when I was streaming H1Z1 on a daily basis, and it was really, really fun at that time of playing it and at the time of actually streaming it. And then it got to the point of when I would start playing it, and it started to become less fun and less fun and less fun. And then I just got to the point of when I just wanted to stop playing it altogether. But in the beginning stages of the game, of like the open beta and things like that, it was fun for me in the beginning. Like I said before, it was a little bit intimidating coming from a game for playing like Blackout, and even tried like PUBG once. And actually, I haven't played PUBG in a while. But I actually enjoy PUBG when it's working the way it's supposed to. But that's a story for a whole other day. So with H1 and after the open beta phase and when it became a full release, and I was loving it. I was loving it. Season 1 came out. Battle Pass is nothing but $5, and I thought it was an absolute steal because of the fact of what you got and all the things you got along with it. Then Season 2 came out, and then they up the Battle Pass, I believe, as far as it being like $5 to something like 10 or 15, and then as each season progressed, the Battle Pass became the same price but offered you less. And I wasn't going to spend my money on the Battle Pass or on the Season Pass for something where I don't feel like the rewards are worth what you're putting out as far as money is concerned. So then the other strange thing about H1 is that I noticed that every patch that came out with that game, something became broken. For instance, at one point, the audio was like really, really distorted, and audio was really bad when one patch came out. Then they would release that patch, and they would fix the audio of that thing, but then it would mess up something else. And then it was a repeated thing over and over and over again. Now with the current season, or season 4, or whatever season at the end, I don't even remember anymore now, with the new map. And now it got to the point of when I stopped playing it altogether, and right before I stopped playing it, I noticed that the cars, you could not hear anyone. You would, hit on the gas, turn off the engine, and you would literally coast through the grass and through the rocks and through the water, and the car would not make a single sound, and anyone could sneak up behind you and kill you. And it got to the point of where I just could not deal with it anymore. So the video that you're seeing now is actually me playing this game today, after not playing this game in about 2 months, actually probably longer than that. And now it's another weird sound glitch of when you get out the car, and the car sounds like it is stuck on some type of metal, and it's like metal clanging together, and I'm just sitting there like, what the hell is going on? So it's not only that audio part, but then now the regular audio at some points sound extremely bad. And it was just like, man, I see the reason why I stopped playing this game altogether, because it's just Daybreak has not honestly fixed anything. It hasn't fixed anything from the time that I stopped playing all the way up till now, and the game is still the same as far as audio is concerned. And I mean, gameplay, it is what it is at this point. I mean, I think a lot of people didn't like the fact of how they implemented some things and how they adjusted some stuff. And I didn't have an issue with them adjusting like the splash damage when it came to the crossbow, because at one point the game just became all crossbows, and then card rushing as far as jumping out of the cars and not having any type of damage from jumping out, and just rushing the guy as fast as possible and not taking no damage with that. They took the fall damage out, which I'm not too surprised about whatsoever. But I think overall though, man, I think the game itself is just, it's at the state now where the player counts have diminished tremendously. I think the lobbies hold 100 players, if I'm not mistaken. And as of this gameplay that you're seeing, every lobby that I've jumped into, or I played about 3 to 4 matches, the max I've seen is 60. And by the time that you drop in and you get about 5 minutes into the game, you're already down to 28. And it's just, man, it's quite sad on the downfall of H1. And even now, and looking at how many people are actually streaming it directly from the PlayStation streaming part, there's only 8 people streaming. And at one point, it used to be hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds. And it's gotten to the point of where it's dead. To be quite honest, H1 is dead. Now you still have some loyal players. You still have some people that still play the game as much as they did in the beginning, and I commend them for sticking along with it. But for myself and a lot of other players that was playing H1 in the very beginning, I think it's at that point of where I think it's slowly but surely the servers are going to die out. And speaking of servers, that's another thing that now I think about it, that had also factored into the fact of me not playing this. It was a lot of times where I will be mid-game in like the top 5, getting down to like the top 3, and then for some reason the game will pause and it will be a disconnect with the servers, and then by the time I get reconnected back to the servers, the car has miraculously disappeared like David Blaine, and then all of a sudden I'm stuck in the gas or something like that, or I'm dead by the time I get back into the servers because I gotten killed by somebody that is still there, but on their screen I'm literally just sitting there paused like a mom. And that was probably honestly the final straw for me when the company started to take over the service for not only the PC but then also for the console version, because of the other company that was running the PC version of it. And seeing what they have done with the servers, and the servers are not functioning the way that they used to, it was just one of those things of where it was the final straw. And that's honestly the reason why I stopped playing H1. It stopped being fun, for one. The servers, 2. Audio is 3. And it's just, once you ball that all together and you get frustrated, it starts to become not fun anymore. It's just time just to hang it up and just call it quits for myself. And so that's why I stopped playing H1. So hopefully that answers some of your guys' questions. For anyone that still is subscribed to me, even from the H1 days of me playing it and streaming it every day, that's the reason why you don't see me playing H1 anymore. So with that being the case, leave your comments down below if you have anything that you want to chime in about in regards to H1, how you feel about H1, anything in regards to this game itself. If you still play it, give me a reason why you still play it. If you stop playing it, also give me a reason why you stop playing it. So leave your comments down below. For anyone that's new, if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to be part of the 18, make sure you hit that symbol on the right side of the screen. If you missed my previous video, that will also be on the screen for you to check out as well too. And until the next video, guys, I will holler at you later. Peace.